Basically, what I wanted to talk about today is knowing your buyer's journey through the point of purchase and why that's so important. It's really important to know exactly where your customers are coming from, and you want to know how well they are converting. So this is true whether you have, a brick and mortar business or whether you have, an online business. Tracking tends to be a little bit easier online if you know what you're doing or have a team that knows what they're doing. But super important to know exactly what process that the majority of your customers are following to become a customer. And you want to know whether or not they're staying with your business too. So you don't just stop tracking the information after they make a purchase. You continue to make them offers, solve problems that they have essentially, which is the most basic formula for any business is create solutions for problems, find out what people's problems are, and then you can create a product around that and use that as a product or service and use that to sell to those individuals. So super important to know if you're making them a second offer and they're not buying, why they're not buying that second offer. And so was it because their first encounter with your business wasn't a stellar experience? Was it because the quality of your product is too low? There's a bunch of different reasons. And so you want to know your customer's journey through purchase and then even on into future purchases. So what you really want to do when you're doing this is you want to reverse engineer the process of a customer acquisition. And so to do that, there's several different ways to do that. And one is through software. If you run an online business, that's super easy. We use a software called Hyros. It's brand new. There's another one called Segment that's supposed to be pretty good as well. But Hyros is it's spelled Hyros, and they don't sponsor the show. That they don't give us any money at all for recommending them. But so far, we've been using them for about 3 months so far, and pretty happy with the data that we're getting on where our customers are coming from. Essentially, you have to set up codes on all of your internet sites. So your landing pages, your checkout pages, you put the code on any webinars, anything that's downloadable, that's free. You can put it into, I believe you can actually tag some Facebook attributions as well. So definitely Facebook ads. So if they click on a Facebook ad, you can include that in there. So it's super detailed, and it'll allow you to get some really solid data. Like when we're going through this, we were able to tag every single customer and exactly when and where they interacted with our business. And so we know exactly whether they came to the website first and then watched a webinar and then maybe downloaded the free ebook. We know exactly the process that they followed, and that gives us a lot of valuable information. And then Facebook knows exactly, even more data. Facebook knows, all the way down to level of degrees, locations, all sorts of stuff. And same thing with Google Analytics. And Google Analytics is good, but it only tells you about your website. So you can't rely on just Facebook or just Google Analytics or any other one piece of software that doesn't essentially bring in all those different components of where your customer might be coming from. So essentially, you can backwards track through a software like that if you have a digital business, or if you don't have the ability to set that up or you're just getting started, the best thing you can do is to contact some of your your most recent purchases. So if you're selling a product or a service, at the end of the month, you should go through and collect a list of those who have purchased your product or service and then reach out to them.